So if anybody else comes across this video, I'm just going to go over how to create front-end MR. This video is for our product designer, our UX designer, to kind of give a few tips and tricks to kind of like help her create MRs for things. Alright, so over here I have my terminal. I'm actually checked out on another branch that I'm doing work on. If I get checkout master, now I'm back on the master branch. So I'm working on this issue right here. I've got one MR open for this first part of the proposal, and now I'm just going to open an MR for the second part of this proposal. So a little tip is, if you come up here in the URL and you copy this issue ID, when you create your MR, you'll inherit all of the labels right here on the MR, and you can pick and choose if you want to take any off, like when your MR is open, so that way you don't have to add any labels to the MR. So like the way you do that is, I'm going to say get checkout dash branch to create a new branch. I'll paste in that ID and say what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say add linked pipelines to commit info box. Okay, so I've checked that out now. So I'm on a fresh branch off of master. So I'll just make a few quick code changes. So I know this, we're initializing the component. So I'm going to come in here and I already created this components folder. So I'm going to create a component. Let's name it commit box pipeline mini graph.view. So we'll end up importing that later. So then I'm just gonna type out just the basics, and then create an empty div for this first commit, just to show Vitica. So now in VS Code, I now have code changes, or I can go get status, and that'll show me that I've made some changes here. So now I'm just going to say git add all changes, git add dot, and then I'm going to do git commit. So here it's going to bring me in here. I'm going to click I in Vim to start this out. So like for your instance, like if you ever have something that's user facing, excuse me, you want to have a change log entry. So I'm just going to type this commit message out, like this would be the only commit message I have for this. Even though I haven't done all this, I'll go back and I'll squash them and rebase it. But so like I'll say added linked pipelines to commit. Just not make it too big, and then I'll add a description. Added linked pipelines component to commit box, created Apollo wrapper to fetch data for component, since I know I'll be doing that later. And then like what I do is, just in case if I forget, I've got the docs folder changelog entry. So I'll come in here and I'll look, did I add a new feature, did I fix a bug, feature change, deprecation, remove. So in our case we have changed. So down here at the bottom I would say changelog : changed, and like just kind of how a workflow works. Instead of like creating changelog entries like we used to do, we moved to a new workflow where we do a commit based workflow where we just have a trailer at the end of the commit, and then like in our workflow we pick that up to let our users know like what we've done in this release. Okay, so now I have that. I'll right click. You can push it up by branch name, but what I usually do is just do git push, and then I'll set it upstream. So it just tells me, so I don't have to type it out. So I'll normally you could do git push origin and then the name of your branch to push it up, but we'll set it upstream here. So like next time when I click or type in git push, it'll push it straight to that, so I don't have to type in origin and branch name each time I want to push a commit to this branch. So we'll type that in. Typically when I'm waiting for this, I just move around and do other stuff until it's pushed up. Okay, so now it's pushed up. I'll come to repository page, refresh, get this nice little UI, add linked pipelines to commit box on commit. Then I'll come in here and I'll say related to colon, come get the issue. So it'll link the MR to the issue. I'll say added link pipelines downstream / upstream to mini pipeline graph on the commit box info section. Then I'll come down here and screenshots, and I'll make a table, and then I'll say before, after. I'll come here and get before picture real quick. Oops, let me hit commits. That's where I want to go. And now I'll come to a commit, and I'll get a screenshot of this. I'll come in here, attach that screenshot. No, it's not. Why did I take that? What time is it? It's 2:42, so it should be this one. Okay, and then I'll leave myself a little to do in here, and then I'll assign the MR to me, ensure it's in the correct milestone, 14.2. We inherited the labels, so I'll create the merge request. I'll take off in dev, take off that candidate label. Oh, milestone looks like it did not get set. Maybe I didn't click 14.2. Okay, and then of course you come through this section right here and check off any boxes that you've done for the MR, and you come see your commits, come see your changes, which I just did a little change that I know I'll have to come edit later for the purpose of this video. Hope this helps.